Death Wish Update. Brought to you by Death Wish Coffee. Wake the cup up!
Hello there, internets.
Hello, internet.
Welcome to Wednesday. It's halfway through the week.
Woo!
We're almost there. And welcome to the update. We are doing all things Irish.
Irish.
Did I do that right? Irish.
Yeah,
Irish.
I'd say so. I'm not a pro in that.
You are our resident Irish American, though.
I am a
How
resident
far
Irish.
removed are you? Like grandparents, great-grandparents?
Grandparents.
Grandparents came over from Ireland.
Yes, my grandma was born here, but her sisters. I think it was either my grandparents or my great-grandparents.
Wow, that's cool.
Like
well,
19.
Do you still have any ties to family in Ireland?
Yeah, we found a bunch of family that's still over there. Because a lot of my grandmother's family never came. So it was like my great-grandmother and her husband came over, but they still had a bunch of family still living in Ireland. They immigrated to Brookline, Massachusetts. They're there for a while. But we're all over Ireland. Mainly in County Leitrim, Galway, County Mayo.
Very
all
cool.
over the place.
Well, the reason why we're going to do all things Irish is because we got some stuff coming out, and next week I'm going to be on vacation. Hopefully Shannon will be able to go live for you guys as well.
Woo!
But I wanted to celebrate St. Patrick's because obviously the week after that we're going to miss it. St. Patrick's going to be gone and over.
We will be
So
hungover.
tomorrow, it's back, everybody, and we're super excited. It's our Irish cream whiskey barrel brand coffee, and we're pairing it with delicious chocolate. I got a nice photo for you guys right here.
Oh my god, it smells so good.
Boom. Look at that. Look at that. It smells so good, and we're so excited. So this is going to go out tomorrow on deathwishcoffee.com. And
can we eat this?
yeah, we can eat it.
Oh my
it's
god.
Out. I get very angry at my coworkers sometimes because they like to have Nerf wars. There's been Nerf wars going on all day. So if you see Nerf guns flying, there might be that. But anyway.
Can I eat this?
Yes, you can eat it. So if you guys are new and you don't know, this is your first time going to be able to try the barrel brand coffee. This is
Oh my god, I
get out of here. The Barrel Brand Coffee is one of our concoctions that we do a couple times a year that we're really excited about. We pair with Albany Distilling and use their whiskey barrels to make some really cool stuff. And I have a video that I can show you guys that explains it a little bit better. And here's that. So if this is your first time trying this, I agree with Rachel over on Facebook. I've been waiting for this coffee all year. This is my favorite barrel brand we do. We do a couple different varieties.
So good.
But yeah, this one is amazing. And we were working with Ethereal Chocolate, or Ethereal Confections again, to create these chocolate bars. You just had some.
Very good.
So good. And it's basically paired directly with these beans. Now, one of the questions we get a lot is why do we only release them in 8-ounce bags and only in whole bean? is because we can only make so much of it. We get as many barrels as we possibly can from Albany Distilling, and we fill them to the brim with those green coffee beans. And then, you know, after we roast them and add the Irish cream chai to it and all that, that's as much as we have. So if we were to try and split it, you know, and make ground and whole bean, it wouldn't really be conducive to sell it. And also, if we try to do it in 12-ounce or 16-ounce ones that go like that, it already is going to go. So if you want this, definitely go to deathwishcoffee.com tomorrow and grab it. And we forgot to say this at the beginning, but if you do go to deathwishcoffee.com and grab it, you can save some money using this code.
With my discount! Yes! Use the code Mother of Content for 12% off your order at deathwishcoffee.com. Save you some money on your chocolate and your coffee tomorrow. And you support me.
Yes. And
in my quest for nothing.
For tuning in today, if you guys happen to be watching this live, we love it when you guys tune in and you aren't watching this live. That's why we're trying to give you as much information as possible about all our new releases and all the fun stuff here at Death Wish. But if you do get to come in and be with us live, you get the added bonus of maybe winning something. So somebody on Facebook, somebody on YouTube, and somebody on Twitch is going to win one of each. You're going to win a bag of beans and a chocolate bar.
And I'm picking.
Shannon's going to pick those winners, and we'll announce the winners at the very end of the update today. So, what I did want to mention was, as we get ready for St. Patrick's Day, like I said, I'm off next week, so I'm not going to be able to celebrate it right before. But I wanted to celebrate it with all you guys, and I wanted to talk to you, like I said, because you are our resident. You know, either come in here and shoot us, or get out of here. She's the worst. She's the worst.
Oh my God, what is she?
She's the worst. This is what we have to deal with here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're a resident Irish American here, and we talked about your heritage a little bit. You've been to Ireland a couple times. What's your favorite thing about Irish culture?
Oh my God, this is so hard. I love Ireland so much. I jokingly say that I would move there, but like, it's a serious quest. I'm gonna live in Ireland someday. Favorite part about it?
It's hard, right?
It's very hard. The history itself is just fascinating to me because you don't realize how young America is until you go somewhere overseas and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
The history is absolutely insane. We went to a few Viking museums over there.
Oh, so cool.
We went to Trinity College. I think Trinity College was my favorite part of Dublin, to see the oldest library pretty much in the world. That's my favorite part of Ireland.
It's crazy. I can't wait. It's on my bucket list of places to go.
Highly recommend.
And my wife and I will definitely be going there at some point. Just haven't made it there yet.
It is so cool.
St. Patrick's Day, speaking of history, has a lot of history. St. Patrick was a real person. Did you guys know that? Actually,
patron saint of Ireland.
The day he is the patron saint of Ireland. The day is a remembrance of him. It's also for honoring him because he basically came up with drowning the shamrock. Have you ever heard of this? Do you know what drowning the shamrock is? Do you guys know what drowning the shamrock is? So I wrote this down so I could have this. This is the whole historical folklore right here. The old legend has it that St. Patrick went into a bar and received a measure of whiskey that wasn't quite full. You guys know when you go into a bar and they don't fill up your shot all the way, it's the worst. Patrick told the barman that he had a devil in his cellar, and that devil was feeding on the man's dishonesty, so he better mend his ways. Sounds like what you do back in those old days, like, you better fill my whiskey or the devil's gonna get you. And so later on, St. Patrick returned to the same bar, and he saw that the barman had mended his ways and was merrily filling glasses of whiskey to the brim. He decreed there and then that whiskey should be drunk on his feast day. The drink became known as, I'm going to get this wrong because it's in Celtic, Pota Padraig. Pota Padraig. I said that in an Italian accent for some odd reason.
Yeah, I know.
And, or Patrick's Pot. And the drowning of the shamrock, actually I got a picture, is this, which takes place at the end of the celebrations on St. Patrick's night. You're supposed to put a shamrock in your last glass of whiskey of the night, take the shot, and then throw the shamrock over your left shoulder. And that's
to drink the same
it's not like the worm in tequila. And then you're supposed to, that's supposed to bring you good luck, because you're honoring St. Patrick in the way that he wanted you to, which I thought was pretty interesting. I mean, there are really cool traditions like that. There's terrible ones too. I mean, you grew up Irish American. Most Irish Americans, when you say these terms, they hate them. the Drunken Irishman or Kiss Me I'm Irish. Do you hate all of that stuff?
Yeah.
It's annoying, right?
I just think it's very cliche.
It's super cliche.
It goes with all holidays.
Hey, if you like it, Also, I learned this about the holiday, which I thought was crazy. We associate, obviously, green with everything St. Patrick's Day because clovers are green, St. Patrick is green, leprechauns are green, and all that stuff. Did you know that blue was actually the color associated with Ireland and St. Patrick?
No,
it's true.
But it makes sense.
It's true. Blue was the color that they revered, and St. Patrick actually is mostly adorned in blue.
But he's Catholic,
and,
so green.
Yeah, and actually green was considered unlucky during the time of his life. So green wasn't even associated with that, which is kind of weird. But speaking of green, green is obviously there's green food that comes out during St. Patrick's Day, and then there's green beer, which comes out during St. Patrick's Day. And to bring it all full circle, did you know that the best way to make green beer is to use blue food coloring?
Yes.
Makes sense because beer is yellow. So yellow and blue equals green. A lot of people put green food coloring in their beer and it just looks like brown and it's terrible. So use blue food coloring if you're going to do that. I did find out that this was started in 1914, and the people who originated the green beer used something called wash blue, which was an iron powder used for whitening clothes, which does not seem safe to put in beer. So thankfully we use food coloring now to do that. And on a bad note, the green food thing, that actually has a terrible historical reference. There's a historian by the name, an Irish historian by the name of Christine Kinley, and said that the potato famine in the 1840s led starving Irish citizens to drastic measures. Quote from Kinley, "People were so deprived of food that they resorted to eating grass, so in folk memory they talk about people's mouths being green when they died."
That's really sad.
Super sad. But St. Patrick's Day is a great holiday, especially if you want to celebrate with your friends and family. Celebrate responsibly. Definitely go to deathwishcoffee.com tomorrow and grab yourself some chocolate and some Irish cream whiskey barrel brand, and you can celebrate and stay caffeinated the entire time that you're going.
With no hangovers.
With no hangovers, which is going to be really rad as well. Now, coming up to, maybe next week, you guys saw the golden ticket. It's going to be the actual release of our St. Patrick's Day mug. Whoops. The Dropkick Murphys mug. Now this is our collaboration with the band Dropkick Murphys. This is the second time we've done this, and some of the proceeds of the mug sales are going to go to their charity, which is the Claddagh Fund, which is an incredible charity. And we're really excited to work with the band and their charity foundation yet again. So again, this is going to be a very limited mug. I think there's 3,500 of these mugs. They're coming out next week. And you're definitely going to want to grab that as well. So at the end here, before we announce the winners, and like I said, the winners are going to win what's coming out tomorrow, our delicious Irish Cream Barrel Brand Whiskey Blend Coffee and the chocolate. That'll be on deathwishcoffee.com tomorrow. And the mug will be coming out very soon. But to get you guys even more hyped, I got a special segment from our series Grind It Out, where we got to go down to Boston and follow Ken Casey, the singer of Dropkick Murphys, around for a day. That dude is literally the mayor of Boston. He knows everybody, including the actual mayor of Boston. And it was a lot of fun to see Ken in his element. And so we're going to celebrate with that, and we'll come back and we'll announce winners. So let's all enjoy this together. Here's some Dropkick Murphys for y'all.
Kid I worked with said, "I dare you to open for my band on 3 weeks' notice," and I probably never would have started a band if it wasn't for that challenge, and just kind of for a laugh and to win a bet. Got a ton of our friends to come just because they all came to laugh at us, like, what is this? And did it once, and then it kind of became, hey, we're playing again, and they said, we'll come by and laugh at you again, and A few months later, we played our first crowd that didn't know us, and yeah, it went over pretty good, and the rest is history, you know? A lot of the charity work we do with the Gavin Foundation, which has been around since the 60s, helping people with, you know, getting over alcoholism and substance abuse and stuff. We're gonna just stop in here and give them a check, help them do their work.
There you go. Thank you. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
So
Yeah.
these guys, we give them some of our funds raised, but in turn they do way more for us than the money we give them, because sadly there's a lot of profit to be made off of this epidemic right now, so it's nice to see people doing it from the heart. So there you go, big guy.
Thank you.
Hurry down to the bank. Whether it's sending someone away for treatment, whether it's prevention stuff, whether it's rewarding kids that are working hard that go to the sober high school and giving them scholarships. Boys' side at the Cushing House, and we had a little debate on who had the cleanest room. It looks pretty clean to me. This is the room that was selected as the cleanest room, and he has a Dropkick Murphy's hat right on. The top player in the room. These kids are learning, you know, everything from how to stay sober and, you know, go back to high school, and also, you know, the little stuff like make your bed, man.
And these were, they each picked their favorite step of the 12 steps, and then their interpretation and meaning.
I think we always had this like kind of social consciousness, whether it was our upbringing, our family, and it's pretty easy for us to grab an acoustic guitar and go down, and in some ways it's like that's become the real job. And the band is just part of what, you know, fuels that. You know, that's like where the inside gets filled up doing that work. How you doing? You ready to come on forward?
Oh, sure.
How you doing? My own private nun, who's like a guiding angel for me, Sister Mary Adele. And
Happy you're here.
she does great work. Jake, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Boston's a great place to live and grow up, tight-knit community, and lucky to have a lot of friends and family here. Obviously, this will be my home to the day I die for the most part. You know, we love it, and to be able to give back in the community is it's an honor and a privilege. And you know, we keep busy with the band, the charity work, but balance is kind of hard to find. I'm someone who I would go crazy if I was bored. So you take on all these things, and there's always plenty to do. And it's how I like life, just to challenge myself and to be busy and have a good, strong cup of coffee and go get them. Keep busy with the band, the charity work. That's not enough. I've subjected myself to being a restaurateur. So we're in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. That's the city line right there. Me and my partner opened up this place, Lower Mills Tavern, and then a taqueria at the corner. So very lucky to have a partner that knows what he's doing in the restaurant business. On camera, in front of him, I'm gonna talk like, you know, like I run everything, just to piss him off. I'm gonna like really lay it on extra. You know, Brian, hey, keeps it going while I'm out of town, but really it would fall apart without me, you know? Which is, I say that in a joking way, because thank God I have a kid I grew up with that runs them, you know. My job is pretty easy. I, you know, do more like the promotional side and finding the locations and handling the licensing with the city and everything, and then once the doors open, I just shake hands and kiss babies, so it's great. So here we are at Lower Mills Tavern. It's kind of late afternoon between lunch and dinner. Here's my favorite employee, Emily. I was just telling them how I probably, do about 50 hours a week there, maybe 60? Like, you know, by the time I'm here late closing.
I would definitely say you're here about 72 hours.
72 hours, yeah, all right, see, I got her trail. Look at that. He wants to try to run. This is my partner, Brian. He spends a lot of time walking up and down these places. Brian runs the places while I'm gone. I probably put in about, I don't know, 55, 60 hours a week. Brian, the killer. Brian just comes in and has a couple of drinks and watches over everything.
Inspiration.
I was always a huge fight fan and, you know, very into the sport. And then a friend of mine, Danny O'Connor, he was a 2008 U.S. Olympian. He was training with his coach in Texas, but yet he was supposed to sell tickets and promote himself for his fights. And I'm going, man, this kid was in the Olympics and he has to hustle like this and train. I said, I'm going to help him. And next thing you know, I'm promoting his fights. And then if you're doing all that work for one person, you kind of can do it for other people simultaneously. Next thing I know, I have 15 or so guys signed to Murphy's Boxing. That was the, you know, company we started to kind of parallel the band.
We're here backstage at the fights, Melrose Memorial Hall. The legend himself, Mickey Ward, an inspiration to me as a person and to all these fighters out here that are coming up. You know, needs no introduction in the ring, but much like some of the other athletes from around here that have been so kind of, you know, great in the charity world, like a Bobby or Mickey is the same thing. He has his own foundation. He walks the walk. You know, a humble guy, quiet, but he's always doing stuff for other people. That's why I like to be around guys like this. And when those fighters see him ringside, they go those last 10 seconds like that.
Bobby Orr, who was, you know, my idol growing up and who I've been fortunate enough to be able to call a friend over the years through meeting him through charity stuff. He said, you have this like passionate fan base, but you don't really engage their help. You're doing all this stuff for others. Why don't you do something that you can call your own and get them behind it? Started the Clatter Fund, and it really, like, man, it was almost like it gave the fan base a purpose too. It was like they were listening to the music, but they wanted to do more. And so we do these events, or if we do a charity t-shirt, like the amount we sell is like mind-boggling. And it's a lot like with the mugs.
In addition, this thing is cool. Thank you, Death Wish. Proceeds go to the Clatter Fund. Raise some money with charity. Have an awesome coffee mug. I think you can put beer in it too if you want. You ever hear of Death Wish coffee? I'm gonna hook you. Like coffee? Sure. Oh, it's cool. This stuff. Oh, yeah. Like test, baby. Like don't come at me with that trendy, like, oh, it's a nice coffee house just because you got some bullshit on the walls. I want to fucking taste the bean, and it better make me fucking, you know what I mean? I don't want to just fucking, you know what I mean? That's why I love Death Wish. They're about it for the right reasons, not about fucking bullshit, fucking barista shit, you know what I mean?
We're sincere about our love for what we do and the people that come to see us. We get to go and play music where, like, you just have to be enthusiastic, put your heart and soul into writing the songs, and you go out there and you attack the stage, and they sense that, which drives us, and it's the best job in the world.
We're so lucky that we got hooked up with Dropkick Murphys a couple years ago, and those guys are nothing but the best. And Ken is just, he's the nicest guy in the world. And like you saw in that video, he knows everybody. It was so funny walking just down the street with him. There's a moment in there where we're walking down the street and he sees the guy coming up and he knows the guy. There were multiple moments where weren't even on camera where that happened. He would just be walking down the street and be like, hey, hey, just know everybody. It was just,
man.
It was so great. So not only getting to work with the band, but that incredible charity, the Cloud-a-Fun. We're going to be putting out some more stuff surrounding the Cloud-a-Fun, getting ready for the mug release, which is coming up very soon. There's that mug again, based on the famous Rose tattoo from their song of the same name. If you're a Dropkick Murphy fan, you definitely know that song.
Yeah.
And we're really excited to be releasing that. That'll be released really soon. But tomorrow, like I said, get on deathwishcoffee.com. We got the Irish Cream Whiskey Barrel brand and the chocolate. Both. It's the best 1-2 punch you can possibly go. You're gonna wake up tomorrow, order some of each, and then they'll be at your door in time for St. Patrick's Day. So you'll be able to wake up on March 17th and brew a nice old pot of Irish Cream Barrel brand whiskey coffee.
Taste it now.
So excited. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the update. I'll miss you all next week. Like I said, I'm going out to Florida to visit my parents. I'm very excited.
Carol.
Very excited to get out of the upstate New York winter.
I'm very jealous.
And get some sunshine and some rest and relaxation. But I will be back in 2 weeks, and like I said, we're going to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day together. So, without further ado, why don't you announce the winners?
On Facebook, our winner today is Jessica Kerrigan.
Woo!
Jessica, if you're in the comments, drop a comment. Let us know you're still there, but we're going to tag you in the comments after the show.
Yes.
On Twitch, we have the Shady Bunch.
Woo!
That won. Congratulations, Shady Bunch. And on YouTube, we have the Crazy Dirty Blonde as our winner.
And on YouTube, Crazy Dirty Blonde, if you can hit us up at hey@deathwishcoffee.com or go on over to Facebook and DM us at Deathwish Coffee Company on Facebook, because I can't actually talk to you in those comments on YouTube. YouTube doesn't allow me to do that. But hit us up, give us your information, and we'll send you out the beans and the chocolate. See you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day and a wonderful rest of the week. Irish.
Irish.
Slunta.